That's
Senator Graham.
That's mercantile economic policy of the federal government.
Well, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
What have I learned? We have donuts at the Budget Committee, and I'm going to take a wild guess. Senator Grassley did not buy them. But he's welcome to as many of them as he wants. Senator Grassley, you laid out real challenges, and everything you said is real. So what I want to do is thank the chairman for having this committee hearing about electric vehicles, because I'm in a very heavy car manufacturing state. And they're making electric cars and hybrid cars and all kind of cars. And I'm trying to figure out sort of like what should we be doing and when should we do it as a nation. I met with a Chinese ambassador yesterday. I hadn't talked to him in a very long time. I'm going to go to China next year. They decided 15 years ago to get in this business for some reason. It seems to be like they were pretty smart. A lot of people are buying electric cars. President Trump says, let them buy electric cars, do away with the mandate. Yeah, it makes some sense to me. The world seems to be making more electric cars and using electric cars. And what does that mean for us? Well, if you really want to compete in this space, Senator Grassley laid out some real challenges. Power. Let's say half the cars on the road at some point in time become electric. The grid demand will go through the roof. How can you generate enough power to accommodate electric vehicles, and where does it come from? Can you do it with all renewables, and how do you do it without natural gas? You can't. So to my friends in the environmental world, we need to be thinking about increased power production that can actually occur. That means regulatory reform and everything Senator Whitehouse just mentioned, but nuclear power. EVs, as projected, will take up all the power produced by the nuclear industry and certain renewables just by themselves. These data centers, you're blessed to have them, but you're cursed too, because they're just power consumers. So it seems the digital economy and electric vehicles is going to increase demand for power in a way nobody's really thought through. And where does the new power come from? How do you get it online? How do you get it delivered? Is something I think worthy of the Congress's consideration, not just this committee. So, Chairman Whitehouse, thank you very much for having this. The demand seems to be real apart from the mandate. So what happens to the Highway Trust Fund? $5 billion in lost revenue if the numbers projected come true in the United States. So as Senator Grassley indicated, if you're driving an electric vehicle, we've got to find some way for you to pay into maintaining the roads. I don't know what the right answer is, but we better come up with it pretty quick. We aim and shoot first and aim later is sort of what we're doing here. We're setting a goal to have 50% of all the cars in America become electric, but we haven't really thought through how you improve the grid to get there. Where does the revenue come from that will be lost? And China, to my colleagues, we're in competition with China in many areas. They dominate this market. Do we really want to replace dependence on Mideast oil and gas with China dominance of the supply chain in electric vehicles? The processing facilities to make a battery really don't exist here. How do you create them? And as Senator Grassley indicated, where do the resources necessary to make a battery come from? If we could make a battery out of corn, that'd be good. I don't think we can, but I'm willing to have an open mind about that. So the bottom line is this is coming whether we like it or not. And I think there's an upside to it, to be honest with you. And there's definitely a downside. So from a national point of view, it seems to me that we've set a goal and we have not put the infrastructure in place to meet that goal. And from a Republican point of view, if you said there is no more mandate, I'd be curious to see what kind of sales would occur without a mandate. It wouldn't go to zero. Over the arc of time, there are going to be more electric vehicles, not less, in the United States. And over the arc of time, there are going to be a lot of Chinese electric cars all over the world. I'd like to compete in this space. Forget about the mandate for a moment. Consumers, particularly younger people, are into this. And the world is into this. America needs to play in this space for a variety of reasons, whether it's clean air, whether it's just creating jobs for the new economy. Whatever reason, we need to think long and hard about how we compete, the challenges we face, and we're behind in a game that's being played by China very aggressively. And when it comes to America's national security interest, I think we need to compete in the transportation space. So thank you for having the hearing. I don't know what the answers are to all these questions, but I do know that the march toward electric vehicles is inevitable.